Hello everyone. So today's topic, what we'll be learning, going through today's topic is AWS CLI, that is command line interface, and how do you work with command line interface. Along with that, we'll be checking our bootstrap script, which we already discussed in our previous videos. And from there, how to get the EC2 instance metadata. So at first, let's see what is AWS CLI. AWS CLI is nothing but command line interface which enables you to interact with the AWS platform anywhere in the world. You can provision things like EC2, S3 buckets, etc. So I will not take much time in the theory part and will straight away go to and show you how we need to work with AWS CLI. So first and foremost thing what you need to do is go to Google and write AWS CLI tools bundle tools or tools bundle whatever, and go to this. If you need to download for Windows for your system, go to here. From here you can download the whichever version you need, AWS CLI master MSI installer, and then install it. For my system this is already been installed, and I will show you how to install, how the file would look like. You need to go to local disk, and this is in program files. Since it's 64-bit, I have downloaded it, and it will be in the name. The first name should be in the name of Amazon. You need to go to Amazon AWS CLI, and here you will get the product. So next thing is, I will just close it. Next thing is, you need to know how next thing you need to know is how you will be creating how to log into the AWS CLI and how to work on it. So for that, first of all, you need to create an user. So for user, where should we go? We should go to IAM, and where does this IAM resist? I'm just taking from the history part. From here I'm taking it, and this is not, we need to create an user in here. Add an user. Let me give the name of infra experts, and let me give just programmatic access to this user, so that this user will not be able to launch this user will not be able to access the AWS management console. Then next, permissions, and let me give this user administrator access with the group name as infra admin. Let me give this group name with the policy name of administrator access, and you can check the JSON script for the administrator access from here. So this is a JSON script which I've already stated in other videos from, if you go through my YouTube channel link. Next, tags. If you want to add a tag, infra x. Create the user. Programmatic access with an access key, and it's having the user, and you can download the CSV file. I'm just downloading it, and so here is the credentials.csv which I have downloaded, and you can get in the details from here. The access key, the secret access key, and the console login link. So next thing, I'll just show you quickly how how to log in through the CMD prompt, command prompt. Just go in here and type CMD, or from Windows R button, CMD, then AWS configure. We will work through our EC2 actually. AWS configure. So right now in here, let's give the access key. This is the access key, and this is the secret access key. Let's keep the name as US East 1, default output JSON format, and AWS. And I fired this command AWS S3ls. Since there are no buckets right now present in here, it's not showing anything out here. I'll just minimize this, and we will work through our EC2 instance to create S3 buckets and every other things. So let's log into our EC2 instance. So what I have, there's already one EC2 instance in present, which is not deleted yet. So this is the EC2 instance. I will just copy it to the clipboard. I will let's log into in here. As you already know, we need to give this so this is currently logging in. So and let me log in as root. So AWS configure. In Amazon Linux, Amazon Linux 2 AMI or most of the Linux operating systems, I believe all the Linux operating systems, you will be having AWS CLI tool already installed from the start beginning. So you can from here in the CMD prompt you can see the version also. And this is the version in here. So let me check the version from without configuring, if I can check the version or not. You can check the version. So this is the version from my EC2 instance, and let me log into this. So what is the, this is my access key ID, my secret access key ID, US61, and let me give the format as JSON, default output format as JSON. So right now I'm logged in as to the AWS CLI prompt. So next thing what we can do in here is we can you can check your credentials from the AWS CLI. So how do we check it? CD and there will be a hidden folder which is .aws. So you need to go to cd.aws, and you need to type in this nano credentials. I need to check why this is not showing in here. Well, my instance was having some problem the first time so I created another instance, and you can see in here that in the hidden directory AWS, you can see that there will be two directories, there will be two files, config and credentials. From credentials you can check from here also, you can check our AWS access key ID and secret access key. It's better to remove it so that you don't face, so that your EC2 instance is not non-vulnerable to the outer world. So right now let's log into my AWS console and check whether I have uh, any S3 services currently running or not. So currently I don't have any S3 buckets been present in here. So I will log into my from here. Let's check whether it shows or not. I don't have any S3 buckets present in here. So let me make an S3 bucket. If you have gone through my Facebook page, I have already provided there the list of commands to how to create a bucket, how to copy files, and other rest of the stuffs. I'm just going through those. So AWS S3 MB, this is the command for your to create your S3 bucket, and as you already know that S3 bucket name is unique. So you need to give an unique name in here, and let me see whether someone has already stolen this thing or not. Let me create it. So this has been created. You can also check from here. See, this has been created, and this is the timing it shows when it created. Let me check from my console. Let me just refresh it, and I can see my bucket in here. Let me see whether any files are being files are present in the bucket or not currently. Well, there are no files present in the bucket. So let me take just test.txt from in here and copy it to my S3 bucket. How do I do it? AWS S3 you need to type first, then copy is CP, and in double quotes give the name slash test.txt then, and where you need to put, in which bucket you need to put, to be precise. This is the bucket name, infra experts. Well, the user provided path does not exist, it's saying. Let me check why it's not existing. My bad, this should have been fired from since I'm copying it from my Windows machine and this was Linux, so that's why it's not taken. So I'll just copy it from here. Let me just copy and copy paste this. And you can see right now it's copying, and this is being copied. Let me just refresh it once, and you can see this is already been copied in here. So I believe you understood how to copy a folder or a file from in here to your S3. So, and right now you need to, and let me also upload a file from here to my S3 bucket. Let me just create a file, touch test1.txt. So this is touch test1.txt is being created, and this is from my EC2 instance. So AWS S3 CP test1.txt to my S3 bucket. And what is the bucket name? Let me just copy my bucket name. So this is also been transferred. So let me check whether this has been transferred or not. And yes, this is transferred. And let me delete some files, or let me just make a folder in here in my EC2 instance, and then copy the files or the whole folder to this S3 bucket. So you can see in here this has been copied. So what was my mistake? Means I gave the my path as path wrong. There was one space in between, which was due to which I was not able to put it in here. So this is done, and let me just copy one more file. I So this has been downloaded, and you can see in here this is also been downloaded. And so the vice versa, I believe you understood how to copy a file from S3 to your system, or the vice versa. So the next thing is you need to sync your folder with S3. So currently we have these many files in here. So let me create some more file, th touch, th1 touch, th2 touch, th3. So right now we have these many files present in here, and let's see what does this sync command do. So AWS S3, then sync my current folder with my S3, and the bucket name is this. So this is syncing my current folder with this. So, but one problem is in here is that it only adds files which are not present. Okay, but if you delete the file from your location and then sync, it will never delete those files from the bucket. So let me just remove this rm this from in here. Yes, rm th1 also from in here. So th1 and th2 both are deleted, and I will copy touch th5, and then I'll just sync it. So this is, as you can see in here, the file which is missing, which is recently added, is been uploaded to S3, but those files which I deleted are still present in S3. So you can only add sync your files, but you cannot delete those files from the source. And how do you delete? How can you delete it? AWS S3 sync dot S3 sync dot then your bucket name -- delete. If you provide this command, see it deleted these files because text dot, you can see in here test.txt was not present, th1 th2 test1.txt, these were not present and those have been deleted. But you can also do one thing. Let me so these files are in here, and from here you can see what all files are present: hi1, hi5, th3. Okay, let me remove two files. One is hi1, then th3, and then again fire the same command, but in this time I will be excluding th3 to get deleted from my S3 bucket. So you can see in here it just deleted my hi1.txt, and this is been reflected in here. So hi1.txt is deleted from the and it excluded the th3. And there are some more commands you can see. You can just go to Google also and type in like AWS S3 API list objects, then bucket, so this is showing you the display name, everything, the objects inside the bucket. So you can see in here the key name from the key hi.txt, hi5.txt, th, th3. So these things you can from here you can see from API list. And the next thing you can also see, the list of your objects along with their size and size from here. So in human readable format. So what's the command you need to type? AWS S3 ls -- summarize -- human readable recursive this. So from here you can see that 0 bytes, since I have not put anything in here, 0 bytes, everything is and the time it's been uploaded and the file names, these are present in here. So this is all about S3 from in here. And the next step what we can do from here is let's go ahead and create an IAM user and then create EC2 instance. So how do we do it? So first of all, let me check. You can see what all regions are present in EC2, AWS EC2 through this command. and you can see in here this has provided all the EC2 regions present, but this is in JSON format. So there are in three formats we can get this output. One is in JSON format, which is the default, since I while configuring my AWS, I means while configuring my CLI, I gave my default output as JSON, so it's coming in JSON. But if you want in other formats, which is table format or text format, you can go ahead with output text. So this is coming in text format, and this one came in table format. So the next thing is, let's go ahead and create a group for my IAM user AWS. So what's the command? AWS IAM. See, for S3, AWS S3 means you need to give that word S3. Then for EC2 you need to give the word EC2 first, and for IAM you need to give the word IAM first. So AWS IAM, and what you need to do is first you need to create a group where your user will be residing. So create group hyphen group name, and let me give the group name as infra experts group. So you can see in here that group is created, and you can also verify in from here. If you go to IAM and verify it, see, this is created, but no users are assigned to this group. So how do we assign it? We need to create the user at first. So AWS IAM, then for this create user, then username, and give I am having what users in here right now present. Right now I have infra experts present in here. So let me give the name as infra experts CLI. So let me see whether my user is created or not, and this has been created but not assigned to any group. So how do we assign it to a group? AWS IAM add user to group hyphen username, then my username is this, then hyphen group name, and my group name is this. And how do I verify it? You can verify it from two ways. From here you can easily verify it once. So my group is what user is in here, you can check it from here. But if you want to verify the same from your CLI prompt, how do you verify it? AWS IAM get group, then group name. So you can see in here, this is the group name, this is the group name, and this has been assigned to my user this. Right now let's assign a policy to my group, and I need to make my user my infra experts user as a as an admin expert, as an admin from to the administrator group. So I showed you from where we can get those details about the JSON script. From there you can copy it, vi my cli.json. You can copy it from here. See, this is the administrator access which I will put in, and this is the JSON script. I'll just copy it. And then AWS IAM put user policy -- username, then give my username. So what is my username in here? This is the username. Then the policy name, give the policy name. What should be AWS CLI admin. Let me give this name. Then policy document, from where we need to get the policy. The policy document from you need to get it from my it is in here actually. So this should be file my cli.json. Where is it? Yeah. So let me check whether it's, so it's done. And let me check whether this is all I need to verify it, right, whether it's created or not, whether the policy is assigned or not. User policies -- username, then give the username. So you can see in here the policy name AWS CLI as admin, which I created just now, has been assigned. You can if as I already told you that if you forget, means if you forget your AWS access key and other details, you can you need to re-download it, or you need to create a you need to create a new access key to go ahead. That you can, that also you can do it from here, like AWS IAM create access key -- username, like this, and the username when you can create it from here. Next, let's go ahead and create an EC2 instance from here. And EC2 can be launched and connected with a valid key pair. So first of all, we need to create a valid key pair. So what we need to do, AWS EC2 create key pair, then key name my CLI key dot my CLI key, then the query, the key material you need to keep, in output take this output as text to my CLI key dot PEM. So this is being created, as you can see in here. When you create a key, There are three attributes which will display: the fingerprint of the key, name of the key, and the key material, as in which is the encoded format of the key, which is key material, which is the encoded format of the key. So we extract that encoded format here and put it in a file, which is we have done. As the encoded format, we can get at the beginning itself, because after creating the instance, you cannot go ahead and create the key again. So next step is we need to create a security group. AWS, let me check what all security groups are present currently in here. These many security groups are present in here. I need to delete these actually. So let me create one security group, AWS EC2, then create security group. I believe you can understand that these commands are very easy. Hyphen group name, then give my group name as AWS CLI group security group, and you need to give the description also in here. So this is the thing I'm putting in here, and let's see whether it's created or not. So the group ID is created, and let us check whether this has been created or not here. And you can see in here this has been created, security group for testing CLI in my EC2 instance. So this is created, and the next is we need to authorize the ports which needs to be open. So if you go to this group and check the outbound traffics, the protocol is all. Let me take some other L. Well, everything is all red. So let me create one first. AWS EC2, I need to authorize it. Authorize hyphen security group hyphen ingress hyphen group name, then provide my group name where I need to put this, then the protocol, is, let me check first what all is present in here. Protocol, every protocol is been present in here. And let me name as HTTP. The port number for HTTP is 80. And the IP address, it, let me take it as let's go in here, this one. protocol parameter should be of TCP, UDP, ICMP all. So if you go in here, you can check for HTTP. It's my bad, the protocol parameter is TCP and the port which I need to open is so let me check whether this has been created or not. Let's go in here. And you can see the inbound traffic, this one is created. The inbound traffic is created in this port. And let's go ahead right now to create the EC2 instance. So as you know the command AWS EC2, first of all we can need to give, then run instances, then the image ID. How will you get the image ID right now? You need to log into the console, go to instances, while launching the instance you can check in from here, and this is what I need for 64-bit x86. This is the image ID which I need. How many instances you want? I need just one right now. The instance type, you need to remember these things, or you need to check it out from the AWS console how to give it. Then the key pair, I created in here, so this is the key pair. Then my security groups, security group name is this. It should be security groups. Unknown option is the instance key. Instance key I gave, my bad. It should be instance type. CLI does not exist. Let me delete this. So right now it's been created. So my problem was, as you can understand, I was given .pem which should not be present in there. So right now my EC2 instance is launching, and you can also check it, check the same from here. So this is the one which is currently running, and it's already been running. And right now let's see the instances. Describe, this will come in JSON format. I believe this will take See, you can see from here. Let me show you the JSON format. So the key name is infra, name terminated. So this has been terminated. The instance ID. So we should have 2 instances right now running. This is the status in use for the network interface. My CLI key, though, so this is the one. Monitoring state disabled, and this state is running, and the upper one that should also be running in running status. So next we want some very few values. AWS EC2 describe instances hyphen query, then reservations. As you can, if you go through the JSON code, you can see in here reservations. From in reservations we have the instance IDs, reservations, then instances, then instance ID, and all everything will be present in here. Instance ID, image ID, private DNS name, key name, security groups, everything is present in here. So reservation, then the instance ID, public IP address, and I need this in table format. It will be showing like this. Let me take the instances in here. That's why it's not showing actually. So you can get the instance IDs from right now. And the details you can get it from here. So that is all about EC2, and also you can get some more details like AWS, the values stopped, AWS describe instances, filter name, value stop, everything you can get it from here. You can check for the commands, some more commands, and if you want I can also provide it. So right now my EC2 instance is also being created. So that is all about AWS CLI. There are and this is a very small part of AWS CLI, and there will be much more things you can play with AWS CLI. And so right now let's go ahead and create one AWS. Let's go ahead and check our other topics which we were supposed to cover in here. So my other topics means we need to create a EC2 instance first using the bootstrap script. Leave it or we can check it from here also. Bootstrap script I have already since provided. If you check it from here, well, these are the some of the things which have been this is the EC2 instance metadata from where we can get. This is the and this is the IP address you need to remember to get this to get the metadata for user data. And similarly you can get the metadata for your EC2 with the command so right now if I need the metadata for my security groups, let's suppose security groups, just put in here security groups. I'm not getting the metadata for this. Let me put from here you can get it actually, but right now these things are been not configured in my system, so I'm not getting it. But from here you can get the metadatas and other information. So actually this is coming in here actually. So the security group is infra, the IPv4 address is this one, the instance ID is in here, the AMI ID is in here. So like this we can get every metadata from here. So that is all about this session, and I believe this session was a bit very lengthy session actually for every one of us, and I hope you have enjoyed it thoroughly. So if you do like this video, please do like, subscribe and share. Thank you.